somewhere between 80 and 90% of all New Year's resolutions this year are not going to be seen through. Just like the last year and the year before that and the year before that. Well, my friends, how would you like to actually see it through this time? How would it feel to actually have this time count? And how is it going to feel if this time is just like the last year and the year before? How are you going to feel if nothing changes again another year from now? If it feels okay, then you just need to get some bigger goals because the ones you got are pretty weak. It should feel terrible if you don't see them through and achieve them. You know what I'm saying? So get a bigger goal, fueled by maybe a bigger dream. Live a little, get a pulse, a heartbeat. And then you got to grow some big brass ovaries or some big balls if you're a dude and see it through. I mean, seriously. So here's the thing that I've been doing that I've changed drastically since this last summer. I do accountability groups now, and there's a qualification to get into them. They're not free for alls. New Year's resolutions are basically free for alls. There's no skin in the game, and that's why you guys totally completely suck at seeing them through. You got to put some real skin in the game. Otherwise, you're just going to be one of those average, mediocre people that just is full of wishful thinking, but you just ain't got the guts or the cojones to actually do the deed every day to see them through. And then you don't inspire anybody around you. And if you, God forbid, people are looking up to you, you're just going to discourage them. And in my opinion, that's kind of selfish. So cut it out. Grow some balls or some big brass ovaries. Do the deed every day. My accountability groups have been just freaking awesome. The first one that I did with this qualification that I have for people to even be considered to get in them, you have to qualify for them because I'm not going to work with anybody. But my first group that I put together with this core philosophy of accountability and some real qualifications, commitment, and other people involved in you and vice versa was a 100% success rate. Every single person in that group saw it through. They did the deed every day and they got results. They really did. I've been doing more of those kinds of groups since then, making them, at least I feel, even better because the more I do them, the more experience, the more lessons learned, and key blunders made, and so on and so forth. And people are seeing it through. They're getting results. If you've got some goals, especially as it relates to your health and fitness, and I hope to God that you've got some goals as it relates to your fitness, because whatever other goals you have, other dreams that have nothing to do with health and fitness, if you don't have the health, if you don't have the vitality, if you don't even have the breath, and some of you don't, then it doesn't really matter. You're not going to have the energy to go after your dreams and your bigger goals. And if that still doesn't motivate you enough to make fitness a regular part of your life, then it goes back down to you got a pretty weak dream, a really shallow why. You got to dig deeper. Be a human being. Check to see if there's a pulse. And if there isn't, then you got to relentlessly search for something that ignites that fire that's just so dormant within you so that you get the fuel, the desire that just turns on whatever it is that you need. So you make this time count for real. You do the deed every day and you see it through and you quit becoming this once a year annual New Year's resolution joke that most people are. And that's just me leveling with, I guess, society at large. And I think everybody knows that. All of you are probably in agreement with me, at least on the part that most people don't see things through. Most people fall short of what they set out to do. We see it around us. It's everywhere. And it's like a mental disease that we have, and our kids catch on to it too. So that's another big reason. Got to give our kids something more to aspire to. We're not leaving them much. And I'm not just talking about the obvious issues that we hear about on the news, but our mental mindsets as well. We are so weak mentally, we can't see much of any of the important things that mean something important to us through. And that's modeled after with, our young people. So we got to reverse that too. We got to cut that out. Anyway, New Year's resolutions. Most people, they're not going to see it through. And they're going to do it in front of other people, fail, and make a temporary fail a permanent failure, unfortunately. So let's stop that. And let's make this time count for real. If you're interested in my challenge groups that I'm doing where you have to qualify, because I'm not going to work with you if you don't put any real skin in the game, because I know you won't succeed anyway, so why would I work with you? But if that interests you, if you naturally, innately, if that turns on some kind of desire, ignites a desire in you, and you want to do that, you just want to be the cream that rises naturally to that kind of commitment and accountability, just click like on this thread or private message me would probably be even better in case I don't see that you clicked like. reach me. I'll always reach back to you. I'll send you the details, the qualifications that you must agree to be in the challenge. Just take a look at it. See if it turns you on. See if it reignites your heartbeat when you take your pulse. And if it does, and you want to do this, I'd love to do this with you. If you pass that qualification, then you're the person that I'd want to do this with. And I guarantee you, I'm going to be the kind of person that you'd want to do this with also. It works out beautifully like that. And then we see it through, transform our lives, a setup for long-term success, health, happiness, more fulfilling life. How great is that? Let's do this. Let's make this time count for real. Put to rest the history of relapse that most of you have on your own dreams, promises, goals, ideas, and so on and so forth. Let's put to rest the annual relapse of those New Year's resolutions. Let's make this time count for real. And we'll do that together with the right people that you surround yourself with. Thank you. Write me. I will write back to you. Thanks, and Happy New Year.